All right, Asha, can you hear me? All right, so Asha, so I had to. Let me make sure you can hear me first. Hey Asha, can you hear me? Let me make sure I can hear myself. Hey Asha, can you hear me? Okay, I can hear myself. All right. Okay, so just checking. So Asha, I had to hurry up and speed this up because you won't believe. I couldn't even freaking shuffle good. I got to the end of shuffling. 3 cards was just poking out right on top. I'm like, let me look and see what these cards are. Okay. Mama not playing. She said say less. So yeah, she's gonna be talking to you about the mental health. Very interesting, isn't it? That she's the one that stepped forward. I didn't even pray it. I was just shuffling. Hey Annabelle. Okay, so the song that's playing is Under Control by the Internet. Very interesting as well. I'm gonna run it back. Under control. Okay, let me write your question down real quick. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. All right, so let me pray really quickly again because I was kind of rushing because the cards kind of came out. Dang, the music is distracting the heck out of me. Okay. All right. Okay. Positive spirits surround you. Then you have the deceased mom card in the 1800s. Okay, so we clearly know who's stepping forward. She didn't even give me time. So you're asking about mental health. Let me go back to your specific question. So you want to know what's going on with your mental health. Basically, like you don't want to be stuck in a mental rut. So you want to see like what's going on with your mental health. So mom is stepping forward. So let's see, mom, what is your message in regards to her mental health? Okay. Why did I know this card was about to come out? I seen it in my head. Look, and then these two on top, three on top. Authority, universe, suffering, and silence. Okay, so the message that I'm getting, mom is basically speaking on continue to advocate for yourself. Also, weighing the pros and cons when it comes to like whatever medications or whatever you're taking. She wants you to be very masculine energy when it comes to like any health problems or anything that you're having. She wants you to like remove your emotions. Let me pause the music before it goes to the next song. She wants you to um so the masculine energy, this is the emperor card. So this is very like logical, planning, that type of energy, writing things down. So you need to be very like serious about documenting. So if you're starting a new medication for a certain thing, put what's going on, document how you're feeling, side effects, anything like that. You want to document, okay? This is important so you can know what works, what doesn't work, and also so you can track because certain medicines can cause like certain thoughts or lack of energy. So you want to know what those side effects are and just weigh the pros and cons of whatever you're experiencing and continue to advocate for yourself. So when you're going to your doctors, if a doctor is not doing what you need them to do or they're not taking you serious, then move around. This is the choose wisely card, okay? There's always multiple options for you, but remember, think your thinking and your mindset has to be important. Don't suffer in silence. Don't allow yourself to just, like if something isn't right, then, go to the doctor, go see what's going on, okay? A lot of sevens and a lot of nines. You got 777, 9, and then you got 5, 21, and 4. Okay. So I would definitely say 777 is significant here within mom's message. So definitely write down 777 for her. A lot of positive spirits are surrounding you as well. I'm seeing two birds here. And then there's like these ancient writings on the wall. So I feel like when I see this card, it's kind of like a person that's going against the grain, going against what they know works. So I'm seeing a purple candle here in the corner. So that's interesting. But it's like they're running upward, you're running downward. So it's kind of like I get the message to change not what you're doing, but how you do it. And this could just be too, like what I was saying with your thoughts, focusing, making sure that you're thinking the right thoughts as much as possible. And if you can't, then it makes sense as far as like any medications that you may need. Like just continue advocating for yourself, whatever is going to be best for you. Okay, but be knowledgeable about what it is you're putting in your body, and not just knowledgeable about it, but from your own experience with it, not just what internet is saying, but you taking it, documenting, okay, week 1, week 2, journaling how you're feeling, because then that's going to tell you right there what you should alter, and that's where choose wisely is coming in. Also remembering to ask for what you need. So here's like the petition energy. Okay. So you need to understand that when you're going through challenges in life, mental health is very important. So it's a good thing that you're acknowledging it, and you're not, they're seeing you suffering in silence, but I feel like you're taking action towards it, even by just getting insights into it. Okay. So you want to focus on asking for what you need. Okay, so this could be writing it on a bay leaf and burning it, or this could be writing a petition. Okay, also using the water element. So if you add your emotions into it, like if you cry, like one manifestation method that I love to use is crying in the mirror. Okay, I haven't done it in a long time, but when I did it one time to manifest $10,000, I swear to you, it worked. Okay, it worked. It took probably about it took some months, but it worked. It worked. And it was that amount multiple times, like consistently. So that says a lot right there. So use the water element. That's important for you. Okay. Water element, fire element with the candles. Water element, I'm seeing you sitting out on this dock. Okay. There's a dock that you need to be sitting out on the water. Okay. And I feel like I tell you this in a lot of your readings, sit near the water to connect with your ancestors. This is extremely powerful. But not only that, when you focus on, and I know this is speaking about manifestation, but your question is talking about mental health. And so with the first piece of advice, that's really that's urging you to okay, all of these cards are speaking on balance. Okay, so there's this masculine side of you, and then there's this divine feminine side of you. Okay, right now the masculine has to step forward. Okay, this masculine, which is just you, but it's like another version of yourself. Okay, you have to shift your energy just a little bit. Okay, I know as women we always want to be in this feminine energy. That's good for when it's good for, but right now you need to be focused on your masculine. Okay, this masculine is going to make sure that your needs are taken care of and you're advocated for as far as your mental health. Okay, but you're going to be okay. I feel that wholeheartedly. You're going to be okay. It's going to work itself out, but mostly this feminine side is the side of manifestation, the side of receiving, being receptive. Okay, that's feminine energy. Okay, that's what's showing up with the universe card. Okay, so speak what you need, and also using it, doing the petitions, using the elements, whether that's the herbs, whether that is, writing a petition, burning it, sitting near the water with the water element, incense with the air element, fire element with the candles. All of that is important, as well as the air element, because I'm getting that here with this card. Air element, as well as vitamin D. Okay. See all the sunlight on these cards? Every card has some form of sunlight. So I'm seeing vitamin D deficiency. That could also be causing the mental health. Okay. See the ring of the light around? You got the sun. So that's vitamin D in all the cards that's showing up. You see this glow back here? Yes, so definitely get you some vitamin D supplements, get you some orange juice, and get you some sunlight. It's starting to warm back up, so get out near that water. Okay, that's important for you, like extremely important. Okay, that's definitely causing it as well. But you have positive spirits surrounding you at this time. Like I remember, like I think it was your last reading or the reading before. It was a lot of energies going on. It was a lot of spirits. It was a lot going on. So now it's a lot better. So whatever you did, it worked. Okay. The energy is more centered. Okay. So mom is really stepping forward at this time. So let's ask her what her message is. Mom, what's your message to your daughter? What's your message? Whoa, card flew on the floor. Died old. Okay, what age did mom pass away? Okay, I'm gonna slow this down because they will shut this down. They will shut me down. Oh, here they don't play about Aaliyah. But it's interesting because the song "Rock the Boat" that's talking about the water. Okay, 84. Yeah, that's pretty. Not calling her old, but yeah, she did die old. Okay, die old. What's your message, Mom? Raise your vibration. So she's there with you. She knows what you're feeling. Okay, she's there with you. Oh, you make me float. Hold the fuck up. Wait a minute. Look at this, Asha. Asha. Oh, hold up. Hold up. Not the cars going everywhere. Hold up. It's it's the music. It really threw me off because it said, "Boy, you make me float." And then it's the girl floating on the car. You can't tell me we not tapped the fuck in. Mom is in your frequency. Dude, this is crazy. Okay, so definitely cleanse. You gotta cleanse your space for sure. So when's the last time you smudged? Wow, they knew I was a huge Aaliyah fan too. See, because Aaliyah rarely plays. Like I have some songs of hers on here, but she rarely plays. I'm gonna run this back. It always feels very sacred when like her song plays. Like when I hear her song come on, it feels like very serious to me when that happens. Like it feels like a very warm kind of energy. Like it makes it real of like, yes, like we're really talking to somebody deceased. I don't know how to explain it, but it's always a different energy shift for me. Okay, so yes, we're very tapped in. I should say not that. Annabelle said, "Why is this resonating so much with me?" We tapped in. I should say been a while since because we're twins, Annabelle. Yeah, y'all be tapped in. Okay, so let's go ahead and I'm super zoned out. That's one thing I can say. Okay, Mom. Let's pull from the Hoodoo Tarot. Died old. What is your message, Mom? Well, not the magician, the Black Hermit. Why you always get this card, ma'am? Didn't you get this card? Yep, the magician. I think Annabelle gets this card too. But yes, Asha, if I'm not mistaken, this is like your card, if I'm not mistaken. So this is the elders. So this is a major arcana card. So the scripture is Matthew chapter 17, verse 20. Truly I tell you, if you have faith as small as a mustard seed, you can say to this mountain, Move from here to there and it will move. Nothing will be impossible for you. So if you look at this card, look at the herbs here, right? See the herbs? This is the same energy, okay? Fulfillment of wishes. Faith the size of a mustard seed. Faith the size of a mustard seed. Even when things are hard, even when it's confusing, that faith and that connection to your spirit team is so powerful. It's literally powerful enough to make you levitate. That's what she's saying. So you want to focus on doing the things that you know work, doing the things that make you feel better. So don't you always feel better when you smudge or you cleanse your space or you take a spiritual bath? That's something you need to do frequently, okay? And I feel like we should all know this at this point, but sometimes we need a reminder of like to remember like when we hit those moments where there's conflict and defeat and it's like typically we might be going in the right direction, but right now we're just off whack. That is when you have to do that. Okay. That's when you have to step in and do the things that you know work. Okay. So cleansings are important. Even here, this always makes me think like it's a body of water down there, but then on this card, it like to me it looks dried up, like there's no water there. So I would definitely say take a spiritual bath. And then when you're doing your spiritual bath, think about what it is that you're taking. What's your intention of taking the bath? Okay, so set an intention. What's the intention? Good health, feeling better, having good mental health. But I can tell you now, nature and being outdoors has a lot to do with you feeling better. Okay, because look at this. Look at this card. It looks like it's like a sandstorm. Like it's smoky in there. You can't catch your breath. That's what I'm getting. So this even gives me like decluttering your home, getting rid of things, freeing up the space, freeing up the energy. Okay. I get that. Okay. She says, let me see. It's my life card too. I thought so. I thought that was your thought you had the magician for that. Annabelle says she always gets that card 2 times before that I remember. Yes. Annabelle said I have gotten it before. Asha said, why did that penetrate my soul? That's so true. Which spiritual bath do you recommend? So for this one, I would say I'm getting the energy of like, okay, do a cleanse, like Florida water bath. Like this is the energy here of like a cleansing, but then I also get the energy of like a road opener because it's a lot of orange and a lot of yellow. So I think that that will help as well. But we also have a road opener ritual this year. It's a blockbuster and a road opener. So that's coming. So that'll be something that we'll be doing like within the near future. So that this component will be done. Okay. So I would say for now, maybe do like a Florida water bath. And if you just want to make it at home, just put some Florida water in it and some Epsom salt. But take a little bit of the water and keep it. Okay, keep a little bit of the water. I'm not sure what you're gonna do with it, but you're gonna use it for something. Okay, so I also feel like the presence of like an older man, and I think that's who was trying to step forward here. But he is the embodiment of the magician. Okay, so this to me it kind of gives me like a great uncle or a grandfather who was indigenous and who was into this. So let me read you this card, okay? So, Matthew 17 and 20, the plant is snake root. Black Herman is dressed in a tux. He holds a stick to the sky that says power in one hand, and he's pointing to a Zulu drum peeking out from a Virginia snake root bushes with his other hand. Benjamin Rucker, born 1892 and died 1934, aka Black Herman, was the most famous Negro magician in the history of the United States. He adopted the name Black Herman to pay homage to two black fellow magicians he admired, Prince Herman and Alonzo Herman. Black Herman's charismatic personality, illusions, and resurrections after being buried alive made him a national sensation. Herman also made a living selling tonics, mail order occult courses, books, pamphlets, and talismans that were designed to protect its wearer from white supremacy. So this hits a little harder right now because this is making me feel like this spirit is speaking to you about, okay, a lot of people in your family live a full life and a long life. So that's expected for you. Okay. So that's where I see the road opener coming in. So just praying over your path that you have a long, healthy, fulfilling life. That's important because I feel like within your life right now, what I'm hearing, what he's telling me is like you're not really planning enough for your future. It's almost like you're so caught up in the now that it's hard for you to see beyond that. But you have to start to see beyond that and realize, okay, when you're writing your petition, you're really planning your life, the journey of your life, not necessarily the destination. Life is a journey, it's not a destination. So you want to make sure you're being smart, choosing wisely, choosing, you know, partners that are for the future and like the journey. Somebody that you can grow with, somebody that I don't want to say build with, but somebody that mentally that you can like grow with. You guys can challenge each other over the years. Life is a journey. Okay. So what are you going to create? What do you want to create? And so I feel like you're at a good place in life to where you can just wake up and say, what do I want to create in my life? Like, what do I want to bring to life? What idea do I want to bring to life? And not many people are in that frequency or space in their life, whether it be because they have kids, they have other responsibilities, they have somebody they're taking care of, but you have nothing but space and opportunity. So it's all about changing your perspective. As the magician, you're creating a reality with your words, with your mind. Okay? It's all an illusion, but it's what you're telling yourself. Okay? So this is the feminine side where this is outside of the mental health. Okay? So this isn't really about mental health as much as it is about manifestation. Okay? So there's one side that's all about the masculine. Okay? So that side wants you to focus on, you know, advocating for yourself, documenting, what medicines you're taking, what's working, what's not working, being serious about that, taking care of yourself in that aspect. But this other side of yourself is about the spiritual aspects of life, okay? So what's hitting different for me is that this I feel like is your reality, and it's interesting because you're taking my course on secure the back, secure the brand, where you're learning about having a digital marketing business. So let me read this again. It says, Black Herman's charismatic personality, illusions, and resurrections after being buried alive made him a national sensation. Herman also made a living selling tonics, mail order occult courses, books, pamphlets, and talismans that were designed to protect his wearer from white supremacy. So he wasn't trying to do. Okay, so let me say this. He found what he was good at. He found someone that he could look up to. He found something he loved and he was good at. He didn't just sell one thing, he sold multiple different things, okay? So, but he had one intention. So I would say for this is more justice, okay? Because it said for white supremacy. So people would come to him to buy items for white supremacy. So I feel like you have to focus on something, like some type of intention or some type of aspect of spirituality, and that's what you sell your stuff around. But you got to be multifaceted. You're going to be teaching, you're going to be like there's so many aspects to this. So that's why he's saying it's a journey. What do you want that to look like for you? What would that look like in your reality of you having a successful business and you being a person that people are looking to, you know, to bring them wisdom in their life or clarity in their life? What does that look like to you? Okay. So that's what they want you to think about. Okay. She said, okay, we'll do. My grandpa showed you the picture of, oh, yeah, my great great grandpa. He was born in the 1800s. Dude, that makes so much sense because you just sent the picture of him. 1800s. That would make sense with the 1800s card. Okay. So what was his name? That makes a lot of sense. Okay. So it says, arguably, one of the most interesting aspects of Benjamin Rucker was how he used his platform as an entertainer and hoodoo man to promote his militant black nationalist political beliefs. To further facilitate his mission, Herman decided to relocate to Harlem in New York City, which was also ground zero for devout followers of Marcus Garvey. Herman even claimed he was born in the dark jungles of Africa and was an apprentice of Zulu witch doctors, reflecting both his acceptance of Pan Africanist ideology and a knack for clever marketing. But Black Herman was actually a Virginia native who migrated north in search of greater opportunities and an escape from terrorism in the South. He had self confidence and a strong will to succeed. Didn't we just see a card like that? Didn't I feel like something like that was in one of the cards. Okay, he has self confidence and a strong will to succeed. That was the magic that made him a legend. Okay, meaning. When Black Hermit appears in a reading, you're being challenged to make that in which you desire manifest. The difference between a dream and a goal is plain. What? They screaming! Oh my god. They screaming. Oh my gosh. It's like it's like what the message was already. It's the direction that it was going in before I even read this. Even though we read this card all the time, it's like it still hits different each time because it's like coming from a different perspective, you know. So it says you're being challenged to make that which you desire manifest. The difference between a dream and a goal is a plan. So make sure you have a clear one. Again, road opener. I was just talking about that road opener. So first, before you can open your roads, you got to raise your vibration. So that's where you're going to do the Florida water bath. That's going to be the cleansing bath. You're going to cleanse your home, and you're going to get rid of a couple of items that may be holding on to things from the past. Okay, maybe I would say 4 or 5 items that you feel like is holding a certain energy. Okay. So after you do that, a couple months after, we'll have the road opener ritual, and that'll help. But in the meantime, you can always order a road opener bath for me, and I'll make sure to put the road opener and blockbuster oils and everything, and the herbs as well in it. And so you can go ahead and take that like a month or so afterwards. But you'll need to do like a petition when you do the bath because it is like a specialty bath. So I would definitely say write a petition. Um, but for this first one, you're just cleansing, okay? It's just a cleansing bath. So you don't necessarily have to do a petition, but you do need to set a clear intention. Okay. Okay. So, and also with what this is saying, it's like you have to have a plan. And that's where I was going with like when you speak over your life, you have to see beyond your current reality. You're planning for your future. And you also have to can't look at it like, oh, I'm running out of time because they're telling you they're coming to you, they die old. They're coming to you saying you're gonna live a long life, but you need to plan the life. You don't want to be miserable and old because you feeling like whatever, but not realizing your energy is causing certain things to not happen. So you have to be able to shift your perspective to not think in terms of okay, 5 years. Like I'm saying, when you plan your life, like what's the next 5 years? No, you need to think next 15 years. What like what is my life going to live like? Look like? And you have to remove those limitations that you're creating and that you're putting in your own head. Okay. So it's like the same message, but it's in a different perspective. Okay, you've grown a lot since then, and things are changing, and you're still going to be growing and changing. So you're never going to be the same. So allow yourself to grow and allow yourself to change. Okay, don't stand in your own way. Okay, comma. So his name's comma. Yes, it hits different each time. Okay, I'll make sure to do so. And then she said, "This is making so much sense." Yes, it is making a lot of sense, and it's really clear. Like the message is very clear. Okay, so it's more, and it's kind of funny because I had this epiphany like a couple of days ago. It's like the same exact thing that I'm telling you now. So it's interesting, but like, yeah, like it's not about the destination. Don't over fascinate over the outcome because then you miss the journey. Then you miss the messages, the lessons, everything. You're gonna miss it all. It's all gonna pass you by. So don't. And it's like this is what this card is talking about here. Like you're missing it all. You're missing the signs. The signs literally on the wall. You touching the wall, but you ain't even looking. Eyes closed, stumbling down the steps. So yeah, focus more about your journey. Take care of yourself. And right now, the mental health is important. So you got to advocate for yourself. Continue advocating for yourself, but also documenting, and then doing what was recommended here. So let's finish reading. So it says the key is that you know exactly why each step is necessary to obtain your objective. If you do not, you might be tempted to. Oh my God, this is spot on. Like it's like spot. Like the more I read, it's like exactly what I was just saying. Okay, so it says the difference between a dream and a goal is a plan. So make sure you have a clear one. It is key that you know exactly why each step is necessary to obtain your objective. If you do not, you might be tempted to take shortcuts and find yourself cut short instead. Competent magicians and hoodoo practitioners dazzle others with their results that they obtain, but the audience and clients rarely ever are around to witness the amount of preparation that's necessary to accomplish a task. Oh my God, that is so freaking true. It's like so much that goes on behind the scenes that takes just as much time and energy. And I don't think people realize that. So, and that's also another reason why it's important to get compensated what you're worth. Spend the time like when you're in the building phases, spend that time building that skill set. That's why y'all are in the mentorship to learn and, you know, do certain things. But once you having your own clients and working for other people and stuff like that, it's going to be it's a lot of work, and so you want to make sure that you're being compensated what you're worth, so you're not burnt out because this is very emotionally taxing. You have to learn how to, like for me, like I constantly cleanse, and you have to do certain things to replenish yourself after doing this because if you're working with certain people, their problems can become your problems if you're not careful. So cleansing, that's a part of your journey. So you see why they're saying this is because it's like a part of your journey. It's something you have to understand. And if you don't do this consistently enough, you're going to constantly hit this same point again. Okay. So just take the message now and then just change your perspective on how you're looking at it. And remember that you're planning your future, but you're also planning your day to day. Like what you do throughout your day is going to have to change. The things that you do, maybe your routine might have to change a little bit, but it's all doable. It's just you got to change your perspective, how you looking at it. Okay. So it says the power of creation exists within a focused, methodological mind that is aware of itself. If you receive Black Herman in a reading, consider the following. If you fail to plan, then you plan to fail. Do you really believe it's possible that you can make it happen? Oop, he's screaming. Are your talents and skills being put to good use? Do your intentions, beliefs, and desires match the life that you have? Stop playing and do what you have to do, even if it's hard. Asha, it's interesting because I read this card so much, but it's like I'm reading it for the first time. Like it's just so funny. Okay, it says where there's a will, there's a way. How committed are you to him, her, this, or that? What are you creating, manifesting, and permitting right now? Do you really want that? Wow, that was spot on. So that's the snake root. So I would say definitely make sure you have that herb. Also, the Zulu drum is showing up. The word power, holding a stick to the sky. Baby, when I say I would be doing all of this, I surely would at the park, at the water with my stick that says power. I just take stuff too literal. Like, it's like these readings be so spot on, even if it doesn't happen right then and there. Like, all my readings play out. Like, people tell me all the time stuff from their readings that's happened. So, literally take this shit and run with it, okay? So, raise your vibration. I feel like this month's meditation is going to be even more powerful, especially if you could do your cleanse before the meditation, which I believe is on the 17th. So, yes, just focus on raising your vibration. So, do you have a question for, excuse me, grandpa or mom? Don't get in a hurry. Go ahead and put that thing in overdrive. Okay. All right, I have to go grab my other lighter so I can light my incense. Okay, she said, let's see. Yes, I get it now. I hear that in a man's voice. LOL. Oh, I would do that this week. His grandpa, okay, I never met him. I would have loved to have known him. Okay, so let's talk to him. Okay, so this is mom's side that you sent me the picture of. 'Cause if so, that would make sense why mom came out too. Like why they came out together. Okay. Yes. Oh wow, that's even more spot on, Asha. So the fact that that you found a picture of him, and then your next reading, like already, and I wouldn't have caught that if you wouldn't have said that. So this is definitely spot on. Okay, so let me see. What was your question to him? Is he good? So he's the magician. Okay, so he's drawing symbols on his forehead. So if I was you, I would do that. And it even makes sense with the okay. So what I just saw on the bottom of the deck, as well as my freaking hand started itching, this card comes up, and then I had actually shuffled the card, but it was shit. What was that card? So I didn't see the words and the card didn't come out, but this glance. Okay. So I'm not going to say he's suffering on the other side, but I saw this here. So I feel like his message is also about mental health. So he's talking about drawing symbols on your head that is going to help. Okay. So it's like something within his culture, something within, growing up, like, you know how like you grow up in a certain culture and like certain things, usually like with indigenous cultures, like certain things are done for spiritual reasons. Like they might do a certain like symbol on their forehead to represent certain things. So that's what he wants you to look more into. So I would say the Zulu tribe because that came up. Okay. So I would say look into like why they do certain symbols on their foreheads. Like try to research that. And then you have clear tangency, which is clear touch, feeling spirits and channeling information through touch. Okay, so that is a way for you to communicate with him. Also through okay, so I'm assuming snake root because here he's touching the snake root. So yeah, it makes sense because touch, clear tangency. Okay, so you're also gonna connect with him through herbs. Okay, so snake root would be for him. So when you do your spiritual bath, definitely use the snake root. Okay.
If you hate constantly being swarmed by ads, you need a download pack. It's a free Chrome extension that blocks ads on all your favorite sites.
Okay, so let's see what Grandpa wants to say. Okay, so this spirit here is very connected with you. He's been trying to connect with you for a long time now. He says for like 12 years. Okay, that's specific. So I feel like the way he communicates is a little bit different. The only way you would know he's communicating is through some form of touch. So it's interesting because in that card I said it looked like a sandstorm. Like the room was covered in dirt. Like I couldn't even see around the room. And that's kind of what it looks like in this card too. Not in a dirty way, but it's just like I can't really make out the background. It looks like it could be a whole sandstorm going on in the back. But the song said a tornado flew around my room before you came. Excuse the mess it made. It usually doesn't rain in Southern California. But yeah. So that's interesting. So okay, so what I'm getting from that is like smoke. Okay. So the air element, okay, that's incense. So I would definitely say that's like smudging, incense, anything dealing with smoke. That's how you communicate with him, okay? So when you smudge, you can speak to him or whatever, talk to him, cleanse out your home or whatever and communicate with him, okay? Um so yes, that's the energy that I get, but it needs to be real smoky. Okay, so get it real smudged out, but make sure you open your door. Just make sure like it could the smoke can escape. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, so he's like trying to. He doesn't even really want me to pull cards. He just wants to channel his message. So, the song said, "Do you not think?" Asha, do you not think so far ahead? Because I've been thinking about forever. Uh, okay, I will look for a snake root. I often feel like a dog is at my feet and knows nothing wrong with me. Ooh, interesting. That's definitely interesting to note. Okay, so the song though, it's the music screaming for me. So yeah, so you know how I was just saying he wants me to like channel his message, and then I'm like start thinking about the music because that is like channeling through the music. So I would say clear audience as well as the way that he communicates with you through music. Okay, so let me see what he's saying. You see the thing moving. So what I'm feeling for him. Okay, so So his favorite, he's talking about like he just tell me about himself. Okay, so I haven't did this a while. Let's talk about his life. Let's ask him about his life and let's get insights into that. So he was definitely a planner. He loves to plan things. Why do I feel like he used to like cut hair or something like that? I'm seeing him cutting hair, cutting grass. Like this was a man. He just always kept a hustle, kept a bag. Okay, kept a hustle, kept a bag. Very spiritual, connected, to his ancestors. He grew up in an era where his parents and his grandparents they knew who their parents and grandparents were. So it's like wasn't a sense of an identity loss like a lot of black people experience today. So he's very well connected to his ancestry. Okay, there wasn't any of an identity crisis there, so that's important. Especially in terms of we're talking about mental health and just trying to find your purpose and figure out like what you should be doing. He wants for you to just kind of like it's like a legacy that has already been built. You're just walking into it. Okay, so that's how you should look at it. Now he wants you to think about how you're going to keep it going, keep the family legacy going. Even though this is something that most people wouldn't consider like generational wealth, it is. So allow him to like work with you and plan, what the future is going to look like, not just for you, but your future generations. Okay. All right, so let's ask. We'll go down this road until it turns from color to black and white. Wow. Okay, so let me ask. Oh, he got me zoned out. I can't even really think straight. Okay, Grandpa, tell us about your life. Tell us about your life. Tell us about you. Spiritual union. He was married. Yeah. Stable. Material harvest. Rejoice in celebration. He had a happy life. A good life. Throat chakra. Oh, he was a talker. Wasn't much. Look what's on the top of the deck. Partnerships and alliances. And the deck was like these are the cards and this was on top. Partnerships and alliances. So he's all about working together. Um, he's saying like we're better together. So it's like you're stronger. And if you look at all of these cards, all of them have green. Okay, not just money. We're talking about heart chakra. Okay, love. So he's saying this is the real wealth. Okay, so he wants you to plan. Don't just look at it like, oh, I want a man, I want kids. No, plan the future of like, I know I'm gonna have that, but like, what else besides that? Anybody can get a man. Anybody can get kids. He wants you to plan what lifestyle are you gonna have. Like, it's more. It's gonna be more to your life than that. So like, what outside of that do you see yourself doing? Obviously, you're building a successful business. What does that look like though? Like, what is it that you want to do? Because like for me, that's even changed. Like, and I'm just giving you an example of like when I first started my business, it was one thing. It evolved, and now that I'm where I am now, it's like the things I'm doing now is like a little different from what I was doing when I started because I realized I don't want to work hard. I want to work smarter, not harder. So I changed like things that I'm doing. Nobody can tell you like when you work for yourself, you got your own business. Nobody can tell you what to sell and what not to sell. You sell what you want to sell. You sell what's things that's important to you. That's why it's important to build a brand, okay? That that way you can sell different things. You have different offerings. Okay. So that's basically the energy that I get from him. It's kind of like he was good at different things. So he didn't limit himself to one thing. And he also didn't look down on himself because he wasn't making money from one thing. Because if he wasn't making money from one thing, he would make it from another. It's just all about being able to take care of yourself and your family. But that's really what the money is about for him. It's not about where the money is coming from. As long as he can take care of himself, he's good. Okay. So Cleo sold, you try and you try. So I'm gonna shuffle my house. Let me shuffle all together. See if we can switch up the vibe. See what songs we getting. Oh, not the song said mom. Okay, juvenile, huh? Okay. Music screaming. Okay. I'm like, what's going on? I'm trying to figure out what's going on. So I was like, am I talking to the wife now or am I talking to him still? So he talking to you. Okay, so it said you're not gonna let them niggas come and punk you, huh? So it's like he's speaking on just how to conduct yourself or whatever with a man. He's saying never let a man be your everything. So that's interesting. But he wants you to have other things going on outside of your kids and outside of your husband. So, you know, look at all of these cards. So all of the cards are green. So that's showing me heart chakra, okay? So he wants you to open your heart to be loved and to love others, okay? Value yourself and what you bring into people, the people that you interact with, make sure that they value you as well. Not to say force people to value you, but just it's okay to reevaluate your circle and say, okay, I want more people like this or I want less people like this. Okay? Because you're only as sharp as the people that you surround yourself with, okay? So make sure that the people that you're communicating with and talking to, they're pouring into you in a positive way, okay? So in his life, there was a woman in his corner. He also had a friend, a male friend, like a business partner. Okay, but he was also had a business, I think, with his wife, some type of business. This could be like food or drinks, some type of business like that. Um, Even plants came up, so he could have been like a farmer. He could sell food or something like that. Because here you have fruits and you have coins and money. Also, the vitamin D is coming up here. That came up in my last reading. So, oh no, I think that was your reading. I just mentioned that to you, the vitamin D. So that's coming up here. All these cards have the vitamin D energy, so make sure you're taking your vitamin D, drinking a lot of orange juice, okay? You can even like make your own juice, okay? Like you can try juicing as well as I think the blender has an option on there as well. So you can juice. But yeah, so that's what his life was like. He spent a lot of his days in nature. That's what he wants for you. He's also speaking about like if you're going to have a spiritual business, you can't. Okay, so let me say this because this was one of the messages I got when I first started from my ancestors. Don't go into it for the money. And I understand that more now. It's not to say don't go into it like trying to make money from it. But how do I explain this? It's more of saying like the money ain't going to instantaneously come and it's going to be a overnight success. This is like uh the type of business that's like you're doing it because you love it. Okay? So don't quit your 9 to 5. This is the type of business that it's like you're starting it as a passion project. You're doing it to help people. You're doing it to like be of service, to people. But at the same time, you want to be able to make money from it and take care of yourself, but don't think that's going to happen like overnight. Okay? So shift your perspective in that way and think about like what he was doing. Like and how the Black Herman card talked about how people rarely see how much work goes into it on the back end. So if you're not willing to put in that work, then just don't even, because this is going to it's a journey. Again, going back to what he said, it's a journey. It's not going to be the destination, like overnight, especially. Okay. So just focus on what you can control, doing those things, every week. You may not be able to do something every day, but try to do something every week, okay? Every month, make out a list of things that you want to, get done within your business and just check things off your list. Don't try to overdo it because you still work and you still have other things that you're doing. So don't try to overdo it, but as long as you're like it's like the card was saying, Long as you're keeping your faith, having faith the size of a mustard seed, and also not being afraid to, plan for something or say you want something, like, or think like, is this what I really want? Like, really think deep and try to make sure that what you're working towards is what you really want for yourself, not just what somebody else is doing, but also like reevaluating like what you really want to do. You know, if money wasn't an object, what would you really do? Okay. Obviously, you still got to take care of yourself. So it's just readjusting your expectations. Okay. It's gotta, it's gotta be because I want to help others, right? I think that it's okay to go into business for yourself and say you want to make money. But when it comes down to like your services of like you doing readings and stuff like that, I think I think you can make a lot of money with it, and that's okay, but it's not something that you should go into it specifically for that, because it's really a spiritual thing. So it's more of you doing it from the heart, but also people are coming to you and paying you, right? So you're getting compensated for it, but it also does take a toll. So, you know, what the next person is charging, you might want to charge more or less or whatever, but just make sure that this is what you really want to do, cuz it's not something of like, now within your business and your brand as a whole, you can make however much money you want to make, but when it comes like to the services of like you connecting with spirit to help bring messages, it's okay to do things that's not profit driven all the time. That's like in class I was talking about, how starting out I would do free readings and stuff like that. Like every month I would like try to do a giveaway or something. Not every month with the free reading, but like if people, because people email me and write me all the time, so sometimes I give stuff away for free, like if somebody doesn't have the money or whatever. But just doing things like that, that's what I mean by not doing it for the money, because obviously money, when it comes to having a business, money is the motive. Fuck that, money is the motive. But when it comes to this work that we're doing, and even you've seen on your own journey, it's like an ancestral journey. So we do still, pay the spirits and honor the spirits for what they are doing for us with our offerings and, ancestor money, water, etc. But also, like, you still got to take care of yourself. So just, it has to make sense for your life. So he said all of this to say, just readjust your expectations and understand, like, it's nothing that you could physically do at this moment to just be an overnight success. It's not going to happen like that, because this type of business model or this type of like business, it's meant to be for the journey. It's a long-term thing. You're building generational wealth, or like he said, you're stepping into it, but he's passing you the torch that says power, and he's like, what are you going to do with it? Let's think about track. This it's like teamwork. Like, just make me think of track, like the sport. When you have to pass the baton, it's like you're running, 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 and you pass the baton, and they run, run, run. It one person can't complete that. So I'm seeing it now. It's like each generation is like passing the baton. Here's the power, passing the baton. So I feel like the power itself is within the mind and also within your spiritual journey. Okay, document your journey, Asha. Document your journey, because I feel like something amazing and powerful is going to come from you in this generation that you're in. The ancestral work that you're doing is very powerful. That's something to document. So when we're talking about, making a blog and all this other stuff, this is what you talk about. Talk about your spiritual journey. Talk about things that you've experienced, lessons that you've learned. Make it personable to you and allow the people to come to you. You will attract people by doing this, okay? You will attract people that stumble across your blog or stumble across your page. But do something, whatever feels comfortable for you, do something that you can build on consistently every week. Okay? Something that's fun for you. Something that you could actually see yourself doing. But yeah, this, even with the flags in the hand, this gives me track all the way, track and field. So yeah, each generation is doing their part, but they want to know, like, okay, we're passing you the torch. What are you gonna do with it? Are you gonna, feel sorry for yourself, or are you going to just keep going? Have a plan and stick to it. The plan timeline might change, but the plan should never change unless you're doing something different and you're readjusting. Okay? Does that make sense? Yes, he's passing me the baton. Yep, for sure. Says he holds a stick to the sky that says power. So this is the Zulu drum. So it says holds a stick to the sky that says power in one hand, and he's pointing to a Zulu drum peeking out from the Virginia snake root bushes with the other hand. So this Zulu drum. So I would even look into Zulu drums and just like listen to that and like that's his energy. Okay. Yes, makes total sense. Okay, awesome. So did I answer your questions for him? I think we asked a quick. Oh, you asked how he was doing. So I feel like his life was good. Let's see how he's doing in the spirit realm. Let's see. You make nothing out of something, you handle your business. And don't be crying and suffering. Not don't be crying and suffering. Not you got the suffering and silence card and the conflict and defeat. He on your neck. And it's the same energy. Look at the card. And it says like they couldn't wait for you to have this reading. Like they was ready to for real. It's the music though. I was like, what is he saying? And then the more I listen, it's just funny as hell. Let me go back. I'm gonna turn it up so you can hear it. Ooh, keep that energy to the moment you expire. Ooh, is that not what they talking about? Till death? Like, and I get it because it's like he's setting the stage for you to have a long, happy life. Because if you don't let the stress go and the mental worrying about shit, that it's like let it go. Let that shit go so you can have fun and build and create what you want. But if you thinking that the wealth and riches is about to come from this right away, it's not. So just take that out your mind. Have fun with it and don't. That's what they mean by don't go into it for the money. So, but yes, let me press play. You want to know what we gonna do next time? You bought my tape with your check, huh? You want to stop this nigga from playing? So he got a very funny sense of humor. So I just realized that like he got a funny sense of humor. That's how he got his wife by just talking stuff. But one thing about him as a man, he was always in tune with his wife. Very like matter of fact and in your face with it. Like she could be sad or going through something, he'll say something to make her laugh. Just very like he was very reassuring with his words. Okay. So that's the energy that wants to come into your life. He wants to help. He wants you to make you feel like you're not alone. You know, like he's the type of person he will grab your hand and make sure you to see you through the whole entire way. Okay. So this is definitely the spirit to be calling on. Okay. And so with the heart chakra, so that's important. Remember what I said about opening your heart. The only way, his wife was able to, be with a man like this is because she opened her heart. Because people automatically assume, like, if you're jokey jokey, you're funny, it's hard to take you serious. But he's saying that his wife took a chance on him. He loves her. Like, he's in love with his wife still to this day, and they are together. So this is interesting. So so do you know anything about his wife? So, like, did you know if he was married and all of this stuff? Because yeah, he's talking to me about a woman, and if they weren't married, then they were. It was like a marriage, because it says spiritual union, so that could just be like a partnership. But I do believe that they were married though, because there's a ring on her finger right here. But yeah, he loves this woman. I do believe that they had some type of business together, like I said. Oh, he's with my great great grandma. No, I don't know anything about her. Oh, so you know that there was a he was married to a woman or he was with a woman. I believe they were married. Yes. So this is beautiful. So I feel like the offerings for him, I'm seeing a what is this? I can't tell if this is an orange or a lemon, but there's an apple and then there's some gold coins and then there's like some water, and then there's like a shot. So I'm seeing like a shot of rum or whiskey. This would be an offering for him. So he wants you to just celebrate your success and where you are currently. That's enough worth celebrating, is what he's saying. But he does want to bring joy and happiness into your life. He wants to expose, dark moments. Is what he's saying. He wants to expose. Okay, he's saying expose the darkness and fill it with light. And he's saying that's what you do for others. You're a light. So you're literally going to be called to some dark places to help other people. So you have to be in that. Now I'm understanding that masculine energy. That was him. So you know how the card was the masculine energy talking to you about mental health. So that's him all the way. Okay. So you want to focus on that. Opening your heart to love and to be loved. Okay. So that works both ways with the heart chakra. You can love all you want, but if you're not gonna let nobody love you, it's you never gonna, you know, get what you want. Okay. But he's saying the right man will find you. When you're mentally strong, you will attract a man that's mentally strong. But until you're mentally strong, he's not gonna send nobody your way. Okay. But once you're mentally strong, that way you can attract your twin flame, your love. And it's so funny because it's interesting because remember that dream I had about you getting married? It was the real light skinned man that I said he looked like he was bald. So this would kind of make sense because he looks similar to the grandfather. He does look similar to the grandfather. From the man that I seen to that picture you sent me, I just thought about it. But yeah, so this giving me the same energy as him. So yeah, so this has something to do with grandpa, especially with all the green. So I do see you in that energy of receiving love, but he wants you to focus right now just on your mental health. And then, as that is improving, incorporating these things that he's speaking about, like nature, that's just is beyond important. I don't know how many times I can say that, but sitting near the water and just take you a notebook out there and just write down all the downloads that you receive. Just sit there and have a conversation with him. You could talk to him and you could say like you could write out your question and then you could ask him something, and then whatever pops up in your head, just start writing what the response is. And that's like it's like channeled writing. So definitely do that, okay? That way you can get like communication with him, but he communicates very specifically, so it's not going to be like how other people communicate. Okay, but you can leave him an offering. You can take those fruits to the water and just put them in the water for him. Make sure you peel them though, and put them in the water, or you can leave on your altar if you want. But I would definitely say connect with him in the water. He doesn't do too good being like closed up in closed up environments. I would say do this out in an open space in nature. They know and love me, yes, because they're both showing up. They're both showing up. He got the accent though, so he could be from Louisiana. Okay, so let me see. Let me see. Do your great grandma want to say something? Want to say anything, great grandma? Look, positive movement forward. The water with the sun, ma'am. So just focus, keep focusing on your money, but in a sense of just doing good at your job and also like making sure you're happy with the things you're doing. Like make sure like the things that you're doing bring you happiness and joy. The simple things, like write out the simple things that bring you happiness and joy. If that's coloring or whatever, like write out those things and promise to yourself that you're going to do more of them. That will help with the mental health as well. Even if you don't have the energy to do nothing, ooh, on those days, I would love like to be back home and just sit near the lake. That's something I used to do a lot when I was still in Arkansas. Just drive out to the lake because I lived in a town where the lake was. So you just drive out to the lake and just chill out there. Um, get drinks or whatever, take out there and just be at the lake all day. Just like, like just basking in the sun or going swimming or whatever. But I think that the mental health will definitely improve now that it's getting warmer outside. So just try to remember seasonal depression and remember like certain months seasonal depression comes up. So I think that's why he wants you to journal certain things and even write down when you journal, when you're writing down like the medicine and stuff, just keep like an overall general log of like how you're feeling. And you need to do that when you're taking, if you're taking over two medications, you need to do that. You have to do that because that's going to keep you like on track with like what's working and what's not working. Because obviously, if you're not in your right mind from being on the medication, how can you know to do that or be in the right mind to think that? So don't beat yourself up about not feeling your best. That's crazy. Like if you don't feel up to doing something, then you just don't feel up to doing it. But don't feel bad about that. Okay? So that's what great grandma is saying. And I think their message overall, because I feel like you do have some things in common with great grandma, but I feel like what their message is overall is the right person is going to find you when it's the right time. And so don't even worry anymore about you finding this person. This person is going to find you, and this person is going to come into your life and be that light of your life. Just like both of them were that for each other, that's what you're going to have. So, in order for you to find that, you have to, he's passing you the baton, you got to run with that, right? And that's going to help you attract the things that you need, including a partner, but just understanding that there's going to be so many more aspects to your life. They hope, and that's what they're saying. We hope there's going to be more to your life. We hope that all of this ain't about a man. We hope that so she gets smart. But yeah, all of this is deeper than just a relationship, okay? That's what she wants you to know. And she loves you very, very much. And both of them love you a lot, but they're definitely together. They're strong. And your mom is with them as well. So, you know how they say when you pass away, you're with all your loved ones? Mom is finally with all the loved ones. So that shows right there she's elevated. Okay. But there's a lot of different aspects here. Like, obviously, every single time we do a reading, they bring up love. So I know it's in your frequency, but it's like I think that there is a little bit more of what is it? It's not even self exploration because you've already explored it, but you have to document and like literally look at the whole document. And that way each year it's not a surprise. Every time around this time of year, you're probably going to be feeling depressed because it's a seasonal thing. So they want you to be able to, okay, be prepared every month. Have your death dates written down. Because every time around the time, a certain time of year, we start to feel like a certain way, and we like, why am I feeling like this? And then we remember, oh, this person passed away, or this happened, or this has happened. So just being more of logical and being more of the masculine when it comes to that. Okay. So thank you so much to the spirits who stepped forward. Thank you to great grandpa and great great grandma. And thank you to mom for stepping forward. Okay, did I answer all your questions, Asha? It just seems heavier this year. Yeah, and it's probably too because you're taking a new medication that you were taking for your back, right? But it's just a culmination of different things. That's why it feels heavier. But it's not to excuse it. We're not excusing it. It's something that you just have to see the bigger picture and just continue fighting through. Okay. Let's see. I forgot what I said. Let me see. Yes, I did. Oh, I answered all your questions. Okay. All right. Thank you to the spirits who stepped forward. You guys may go back to the spirit room. Goodbye. Thank you, Asha, for booking. Ooh, I'm tired after this reading. But that's cool because this reading we got two new spirits step forward. My last reading had new spirits step forward. So that's good. That shows elevation. And I feel like this reading was very like insightful. Like this was I feel like it made a lot of sense to me. Because it's kind of already the same messages I've been getting in my own life. So I feel like that's why it hits different. Orange road opener. So that's important. Keep that in mind. So I'm gonna pull a spirit animal message. I'm gonna pull a spirit animal message for Grandpa. I should said, "Mama didn't raise no punk. I will keep fighting." Thank you, Jude. My no cap sis. You're so welcome. Yes, it was right on time. But I love how Mom just came on out. Okay, Mom, what's your spirit animal message? Moose, wisdom. Let your head and mind reach to the stars. Yet keep your feet grounded on the earth. Listen to the ancient wisdom in your soul. The ancestors speak through you. You know much. Ooh, wow. All right, Grandpa, what is your spirit animal message? Okay, elephant, greatness. Love is your strength. Leadership is your path. Your wisdom inspires everyone you meet. You can overcome any problem. You will naturally and easily achieve success. Oh, this is powerful. This is powerful. Oh, wow. Wisdom and greatness. So this reminds me a lot about what I was telling you during the reading of like opening your heart. That's the love, it's your strength. Then leadership when it was talking about business and also of like how grandpa it's like grandpa and grandma's passing the torch of entrepreneurship to you. So that makes sense to me now. And it says your wisdom inspires everyone you meet. So that's when I was talking about you are a light to the people that that have you in their life, but you have to reassess and make sure that they really value you. because you don't need to be anywhere that you're not valued because that plays on your mental as well. Just like think about women who are in toxic relationships or friendships. Like you're looking at your self worth and your self image based off of people who don't really like you for real. So you need to be surrounded by people that actually like you and like in communication with people that really value you. Okay, so that's what this means. So your wisdom inspires everyone you meet. You can overcome any problem. Hence, the mom was talking about the mental health. You will naturally and easily achieve success. So that's even how like I sit in the reading. It's not going to be overnight. Like don't let people limit your success, even me. So like don't take it personal when I say that. It's just I'm just saying from the perspective of when you have a spiritual business. Like don't get me wrong, it's people out here with spiritual businesses. I'm sure they're making millions. Like it's so many different things you can do when you're a spiritualist because it's different, you're using different things. You know, you're using like I might use divination, but somebody else might do something else. Like they might focus only on past life readings where you can charge more, or they might, you know, be doing like spiritual services like, you know, spell work and stuff. So it's no limit on what you can make. It just depends on what you're selling and what you're doing. So, you know, your success is going to come how your success is going to come. But what I was saying mostly is don't feel like, you know, when you're not in the best energy, don't feel like, oh, if you get up and do 10 things on your list, that's going to mean you're going to be a millionaire by the time you wake up. Like, don't look at it like that because it's really a journey. So, however your journey plays out, that's your journey. Everybody's journey is going to be different. So, just remembering that, you know, your life and your vision for your life, like what you picture in your mind for your life, is what's going to be. So if you say you naturally and easily achieve success, then that's what it's gonna be. Okay? So that's what I get from that. And so there's a lot of wisdom. Let your head and mind reach the stars, yet keep your feet grounded on the earth. Listen to the ancient wisdom in your soul. The ancestors speak through you and you know much. So let me pull a final word of encouragement. I would say from both of them. Okay, we'll pull. Let me see. No, I understand what you mean. Yes, a journey. I'm not expecting overnight success. Okay, good. Okay, so let's see. First one. Okay. So yeah, therefore don't put so much pressure on yourself. You know, sometimes simply being is more than enough. Like just doing your readings every month is more than enough because that shows you're trying to still communicate with your spirit team and keep that relationship, those relationships open. So that says a lot. So I think even when you're doing that, that takes spiritual energy. It does, you know, require a lot of spiritual energy. You could be tired, you could be exhausted. So and then, you know, you're working with clients too. So sometimes there will come times where you're not in the best mood or you're not in the best frequency and you got to take care of yourself. Okay. So that's what the overall message is. Okay. So this one says, never stop dreaming. Never stop dreaming. I love that. There's no limit or age on your success. So just keep aiming for what you want. Anything is possible with a plan. Okay. The second one is trade your expectation for appreciation and the world changes instantly. Oh my gosh. Is this not? It's similar to what I was saying about change your perspective. Because when you start to view the world differently, you start to view your work differently of like, wow, I'm happy I can just make my own schedule and I have, you know, freedom to do this, freedom to do that. You know, you start to appreciate the little things that people probably, you know, in a different, you know, making less than you or like working a different job, they probably don't even have their freedom. So it's just about appreciating what's around you. So this is so in sync with my life as well. So that's why I would say this reading hits different. But yes, ma'am, Asha, this is your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you to the spirits who stepped forward. You guys may go back to the spirit realm. Goodbye. She said, I love this. Me too. That was so spot on. Alrighty, Asha. Well, thank you so much for booking. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and hop off of here. If anybody is interested in booking a personal reading or joining my mentorship, I have my links down below in the description box. Thank you guys so much for watching. You're so welcome, Asha. All right, I'll talk to you later. Thank you guys so much for watching.